Friends here this morning, Ray Sidney and Kim Felton. Good to see you guys in here. We're talking about the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Is that what we call it?
Yep,
Epic Curling. And I remember, well, first of all, I met you in Antarctica, South America, Antarctica, and we went down there with ice axe expeditions. And it seemed like we got right back from that trip, and I ran into you again, like, hey, how you doing? And you're just like, we're starting curling. We're doing curling in South Lake Tahoe. How did this idea come about?
Well, so originally the ice rink, which is a place that I'd been hanging out at playing hockey, they talked to me about getting some curling stones, and I helped them with that. And then next thing you know, they had a pair of clinics, and I figured, hey, I like all the winter sports that I've tried, so I'll give curling a shot. And
had you been involved before?
No, I had never curled, and you know, our entire club, I think there are maybe 2 people who curled elsewhere, or 3 people now who curled elsewhere before curling at Tahoe.
And had you been involved at all in curling?
Never.
No.
Never.
No.
Hardly knew what it was. I mean, I knew it was from watching the Olympics.
Right.
And you see those people, you know, throwing things and sweeping, and you think that's pretty crazy. And you think, okay, it looks easy enough. Maybe I could catch on, and I tried it.
Yeah. And what was the motivation? Just looked fun. I mean,
Just
I've always had the
fun,
exact same thought.
You know, and it was a new experience. See what it's like. And I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, and you told me when you came in, you said I'm wearing curling clothes, but basically it's like a ski outfit, really. I mean, right? You got it's cold in the arena,
jacket,
right?
Yep. Got a hat. And bring my gloves.
And gloves too. But I had said to you, and you said, and I've got I wear tennis shoes. But I was under the impression watching it that you had maybe like a pushing shoe or something. Or am I crazy about it?
No, there are special curling shoes. One has a slider on the bottom of them, and the other one has a rubber booty. But I can wear tennis shoes, and that's what a lot of people do. And we have little rubber booties that you just slip on the bottom of your tennis shoes, and a little slider that we'll step on and just use as we go. So, yeah, it's just come very casual.
And is the game? I'm the same as probably most everybody watching right now, unless there's like some crazy Canadian or somebody from Minnesota watching the show. Is it just like shuffleboard, really? Like where you're trying to then bump the other competitor out, or is
it is to an extent, and yeah, shuffleboard on ice people call it, or sometimes people also call it chess on ice because there's a lot of strategy. So you know what's the funniest part of curling that people really like to make fun of is the sweeping.
Yes,
right?
Exactly, of course.
And so actually, so curling is a real team sport. You have 4 people on a team. And each stone that your team throws, so you have one person sending the stone to the other end of the ice.
What's that person's title?
You know what? So the people rotate through.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
Everybody has to send some stones. So you know, I'll call it the thrower or sender.
Sender.
But it's not a title as such. And then you have kind of the captain of the team is at the other end of the ice calling the shots. And you know, the further you get in your curling, the more you see how strategy is important there, and how knowing your team's capabilities and a lot of
what I can't quite imagine. I mean, because I've got about as far watching it as what you've just explained. But what is that guy saying, and what is the strategy? Like give me a real simple analogy situation maybe of strategy.
Okay, well here's the thing. So when you send a stone down the ice, it doesn't go straight. It curls. Okay? And depending on when you release your stone, you release it with a certain amount of rotation. And if you rotate it counterclockwise, then the stone is going to curl to the left. If you rotate it clockwise, the stone's going to curl to the right. And so that person over there is figuring out where he or she wants the stone to go. And he's saying, you know, and maybe it's going to just sit somewhere near the center of the target, or which is called the house, or maybe it's going to knock into another stone, or who knows what, right? Could be very complicated.
Sure.
So he or she is going to figure out where the stone should go, and going to indicate that. And then the next thing he or she does is indicate, okay, that's where I want the stone to go, but now here's where I want you to aim, because where you aim and where it ends up are different because of that curling.
And when you talk about aiming, are you talking about the sweeping part of it?
So no, this is for the thrower. This is for the thrower.
Okay, this is all thrower. Okay.
So you tell the thrower, okay, aim here and send the stone about this hard. You need to communicate that. Should the stone go short of the house? Should it go through it? Should it go really hard because you have to knock a whole bunch of other stones? Who knows what? So this is all stuff that needs to be communicated either you know by yelling or by signals or by common understanding. And then you have the 2 sweepers, and the 2 sweepers can alter the way the stone behaves if you sweep the stone, meaning you're actually sweeping with your curling broom right in front of the stone,
Right in front,
that is going to make the stone go a little further because it reduces the friction, and it's also going to straighten the trajectory of the stone. And so that's also, there's a lot of strategy there, and the sweeping enables you to do things with your stone, get the stone places where it wouldn't otherwise be able to get.
Okay, that's a good description of it. I mean, I know it's a tough question because I'm like every single time is going to be a different scenario, a different strategy you're trying to do. Has there been any injuries with the curling?
No, not that I know of. I think our very first time we had someone that slipped and fell back on the stone itself, but we take a lot of time in studying the safety of it.
I think we in Tahoe could use a new sport that has very little injuries. I mean, we tend to really be drawn to these sports. Mountain biking, we're skiing, we're snowboarding, we're rock climbing. A sport like curling where it's just fun, nobody's getting hurt, it's probably a good idea. You guys have an upcoming event that you wanted to let people know about that's coming up at the Ice Arena in South Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
October 5th, beginning at 5:30 is a Learn to Curl. I believe it costs $5 to try it out.
$5?
It's a deal. Bring your family because it is a family thing. A lot of people kind of look at it almost like bowling even. But I think it's more active than bowling.
Really?
Because everyone's playing.
Right.
You're not sitting and waiting for your turn. You're doing something at all times. And even if the other team is taking their turn, you're watching their stone and seeing how it's reacting to the ice. And so you're always paying attention
Well, when
to
it's
what's going
brand
on.
new like this, like both of you experience, and like I'm listening, it's so fun because everything's new. Every part of it, every second of it is brand new. Learn to Curl coming up. It's the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling, the 5th of October, 5:30, Lake Tahoe Ice Arena. And the website, one more time, the website's up there. What kind of information can people get at the website?
Yeah, TahoeCurling.com. You can get links to our schedule. You can and you can get links to information about the sport. There's all sorts of stuff, and about our club. So, what do you need to start curling?
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff.
Not much.
Tennis
Sounds like,
shoes.
yeah.
It's not skates.
Everybody's got a pair of tennis shoes at their house.
Yeah.
Everybody in this
Jacket,
town
gloves,
has a pair of
hat.
ski clothes, hat, gloves.
That's right.
Yeah.
No ice skates for curling.
That's great. Well, I love it. And you're still playing hockey too?
I've been taking a year off. I'll get back to it, though. I've been just kind of busy, and I had some elbow issues, but I'm planning on getting back to it.
Well, there you go. It's called Tahoe Epic Curling, October 5th, 5:30, South Lake Tahoe Ice Arena. We'll be back.